Welcome to day 12. When I first started this project, a lot of people told me that it couldn't be done. They said building a AI native company with AI agents was just hype. They said building a imagine that. They said building an AI native company with AI agents was just hype. They told me that real businesses will always need whose teams. I beg to give her. That AI could never think like people. I want you to think about this. They said I could never coordinate a group of AI agents to work across an entire company. And maybe all the time they thought they were right. They thought because nobody had really ever tried to build an AI native company from the ground up and document every process and every step. So instead of arguing with people, I decided to run an experiment, a public experiment, one that no one could defy, right? One that people could watch, that anyone could take part in the challenge, and one where we discuss success and failure. And you saw me right cold live. It will be completely transparent. And this experiment is simple. Can you build a real company with AI agents, an AI digital workforce made up of specialized AI employees, not chatbots, not AI assistants, an actual organization, actual business of AI researchers, an AI marketer, an AI salesperson, an AI content team, an AI operations department, an AI CEO, AI chief of finance, right? Every single day we'll build another piece of that company. One AI agent at a time, one workforce, one AI loop, one department at a time. And some days everything works, some days everything breaks. Some days we just have to completely rethink our approach. But that's exactly what we're doing live because innovation isn't perfect, it's messy, it's experimental. And that's where real learning happens. Here's what exactly has taken place since the beginning of this 100-day challenge. We're still building out our platform, right, of AI agents, what we're deploying into local businesses, and we're collaborating. The way business is now being redesigned is all around intelligent workflows, and these ideas still matter. That's why it isn't just a coding project, it's a blueprint for the future of work. And by the end of today's stream, you will see another piece of that blueprint come to life. Another AI agent, right, added to the workforce, another AI loop completed, another step towards progress, which I believe is the first true native AI company. So whether you've been here since day one or you're just discovering the stream today, I want to welcome you on board. Literally, it's an awesome day to be building. So I'm just gonna show you around our platform. All right. So here is our swamp agents at work. We have a sales intelligence agent working because we were generating sales, a 48-hour launch agent, right? Our YouTube script agent was developing scripts, our doc mentor, our script producer, right? Our launch manager was launching campaigns for clients, our Google Maps lead gen agent, our weekly scorecard as we come to the end of the week, our LinkedIn authorities agent, our course building agent. These are all agents which were deployed for us during the week and have been working today, etc. Our meta ads agent, right? So this is just what AI native company looks like, built from the ground up, right? And these agents are still to be scheduled, some of them. And this is what every day I come in, I look into my agent swamp, I look into my command center. I'm just going to go into our chief operating officer who updates every time what we need to do it every single day. Let me open missions. If it opens, this is our missions. So sometimes through mission control, we create missions, right? I'm going to talk about this briefly. What missions can be created this weekend? We're going to see what missions can be created this weekend, right? So AI, that's what I said, this is my entire AI approach to our company. I'm just speaking to mission control to inform us, right, from our blue book, the industry playbook. You're seeing inside a live AI native company. Why it's coming, why it's getting that data to me. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Actually, it's come back. So reactivate a dead leads come in that we need to do. Look at the revenue matrix for a cohort engine. Look at our point setter agent, right? So this is the stuff that we can is telling me to implement over the forthcoming like 2 days over the weekend, right? So this is mission control where it takes care of coordinating missions for the agents. So there's always a collaborative approach. But now let's take a look at a week in AI. See what's happening. This week in our AI, the AI race is entering a new phase, right? Before we jump into building today, right, let's take a look at what's actually happened across the world of artificial intelligence. One thing I've noticed over the past few months, that is a conversation around AI is changing. A year ago, everyone was asking what chatbot is the smartest. Today, we're asking very different questions. Which companies has the best AI agents? Who owns the best AI infrastructure? Who can build the best AI agent workforce? Who can deploy AI at safety at scale? That's where the industry is heading, and this week's news reflects exactly that. So let's dive in. We look at Meta. Meta's moving beyond chatbots. Our first story is with Meta. Meta, literally, right? The company continues to push towards Mark Zuckerberg's vision of personal super intelligence. Meta has upgraded his AI assistant to be more intelligent and have more agent-like capabilities, allowing it to connect with services such as a calendar, email, multiple step tasks instead of simply asking questions. So why does this matter? Because this is a shift we've been talking about on this channel. The future isn't AI answering questions. The future is AI having an objective. Research this company, plan my day, prepare a report, coordinate multiple tasks. That's the difference between an AI assistant and an AI employee. Let's look at now story number 2. AI models are becoming a strategic debate across all companies. This week, companies including Microsoft, Meta, Nevada, IBM, Mozilla, and other backed an open letter supported by open weight AI modules. They argue that open models are important for innovation, competition, and a national AI leadership, while governments continue to debate how open AI should be. The discussion is becoming less about technology and more about strategy. Should the future of AI be controlled by a few handful of companies? Or should a powerful AI models be available for developers and businesses to build upon that basis? Whatever side you take, one thing is clear. Open source AI is becoming one of the strongest conversations in AI technology today. Story number 3, let's look at AI infrastructure is the new arm and race. One of the biggest headlines we've seen this week is AMD's announcement of a major partnership with Anthropic, including plans to invest up to $5 billion to expand AI's computing infrastructure over the forthcoming years. Think about that number for a second. Billions of dollars are being invested into infrastructure, right? Compute power, servers, GPUs, networking power, because AI infrastructure is becoming of huge importance. None of these AM systems can scale. It's a reminder that the AI race just isn't about building the smartest models. It's about the capacity, who has the capacity to serve millions of users and businesses, right? Let's look at government stories. Governments are paying closer attention to artificial intelligence. It's no longer just a technological story, it's now about policy. In the United States, lawmakers are considering new proposals that will give authorities emergency powers to acquire, imagine, emergency powers to require certain frontier AI models to slow down the temporary shutdown of unspecific service calls if serious risks emerge. Whether those proposals become law or not, this is something that's becoming of huge importance. AI has become a strategic importance. Governments now see advanced modules are a critical risk to infrastructure, cyber insecurity, and national security. Over the next few years, regulations more likely to become important as of now innovation. Now, another story. AI is becoming a CEO level conversation in boardrooms. This week, South Korea announced the president of Lee Chan-lee will attend a major AI summit in San Francisco where leaders will meet OpenAI, Anthropic, Nevada with leading venture capitalist firms. That tells us something fascinating. AI is no longer a discussion for software engineers, but now a discussion between presidents, prime ministers, investors, CEOs, and national governments. Countries are now competing to attract AI investment all around. Businesses are now redesigning themselves around AI, and AI entrepreneurs have the opportunity to build entire new companies because of AI. Right, that's why we're seeing the beginning of a live AI, native AI company that you're building. So, search now, even AI, another story, is changing forever. Google continues to expand its AI powered search experience around the world, bringing AI generated answers to richer search experiences with more countries than context. AI at the same time, publishers are now debating these changes and effective on website traffic on online content. This is somewhat experimental. Every creator and business owner should pay attention to this. If search changes, marketing changes, SEO changes, content strategy changes. The businesses that learn to create content for AI powered search, not traditional search engines, have a significant advantage. My take on this is that when you connect all these stories together, patterns emerge. The industry isn't moving towards better chatbots, it's moving towards better like AI agents, AI teams, AI infrastructure, AI governments, AI orchestration. And that's exactly why we're building this platform. Supreme Extra AI agents, right? We're building an army of specialized agents to deploy in businesses to coordinate, right? Mission control, to work with your business playbook. And I genuinely believe this is where business is heading. Every company will soon have a digital AI workforce. That's why we built this platform to enable business to do that. Every entrepreneur will manage an army of AI agents and employees, right, alongside human beings. And the businesses that learn these skills today fast will advance further tomorrow. So here's the question everybody's waiting for and asking. Could you automate entire departments in your business? Is it possible to automate sales, marketing, customer support, finance, or whatever's necessary? Right? I'd love to hear your answers in the comments. So, times are changing significantly. And in this week, we're just going to reflect on some of the stuff that we've been building on our platform. So, you see, here's a list of our AI agents. I'm just going to show you. We got an array. This is an inside look inside our AI native company and platform. We've got a list of agents that work with us and that we deploy into businesses. Lost revenue calculator, a Google lead gen, right? An idea map, a go high level builder for clients who are going to build heavy. We help people build courses, a weekly scorecard, a motion B-roll agent, a visual design agent, a teleprompter agent, a creative, right, content machine agent, a cold calling agent, sales audit agent, code outreach agent, an AI media buying creative agent, a third party call agent, right? A YouTube channel planner, task flow organizer. These are all different agents that we have at our disposal. What we work in our business and we deploy in small businesses and enterprise businesses. Content engine, right? So it goes on, right? Inside a look under the bonnet. So this is our business playbook. So in our business playbook, we have an overview of the business, the ICP of the customer, the sales process, the ad hooks, the operation, the objections bank, our SOPs, the knowledge of where the knowledge of the business actually is put in. So every agent can literally know what to do. And if we want to run an agent, we just come to run, right? We choose a designated agent and it will just run from here. Let's just go into let's run an agent. What agent shall we run today? What agent, sorry, let's go and see some of our past tasks that we was doing today. Let's go take a look. I'm looking at our channel plan. Let me open this. So this is how I plan our content. All our clients have something similar, how we plan their content. That's what just load in. This is the planner. These are our ideas, right? This is the ideal planner, helps us generate ideas. Literally generate content ideas by scanning the top people in the market looking for gaps. Here's an example. Some competitors of a search previously done. Alex Zamosi, Iman Gatsi, some ovens, right? It pulls their top videos, tells us what's working, what content they're actually working on, right? I'm not going to that. Right, we can go and see their content. Some of you know, some of you might know. So it tells working in the market. So let's go back. This is how we get research ideas, our scripts. This is how we shoot scripts for ourselves and for our clients. I'm going to just show you some of the previous scripts that we've actually worked on this week. Our script library. Number 5, income skills that will never be replaced. Right? The agent, this is a script agent, generates the agent, creates a dashboard for us. So let's just go and see this agent script, right? The most valuable skill of the next decade isn't coding. It isn't graphic design. It's not even AI prompt engineering. While everybody's racing to learn technical skills, the AI is getting better at every single day. There's a complete different category of abilities that are becoming exponentially more valuable than skills that pay 100 grand, 200 grand, or even £500,000 a year. I believe the top skill set, Anthropic, they pay their employees 750K to 1 million, 1 to 5 million skill sets to help them build their frontier models, right? Just shows you where we're heading. Most people have no idea these skills actually exist. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why they are recession proof and how ordinary people like you will start building a 6 to 7 figure career or business is in an AI dominated world, right? This is just like literally our script agent. There ain't no slop. Ain't no slop, right? This is a script that we're going to shoot, right? And it gives us various different hooks. Our opening promise, additional hooks, right? Expansion ideas. Right, if that script does well, we can expand. Right, then we have our B-roll agent, right? Let's open a B-roll agent. If we go to a BJ, and when we have a script, a B-roll gets generated. Let me just go into this the screen bar so you can see the B-roll is generated from inside a dashboard so we can enhance. Let me go to a I'm going to go to level 2 approval, B-roll approval. You see, it does. This is how it does this. This is the B-roll agent. It generates the script here. We approve it. Let me just go and do these. Let me 3 more B-rolls I'm going to approve for this script. Sometimes you see us vibe coding on this platform. Today, I'm just going to show you inside, under the hood, our AI-based company. I'm just going to approve this, approve this. Approve this. Approve this. And I'll show you how our B-roll agent actually works. So now I've approved those 3. B-roll. Let me go to the top. All right. Let me generate that B-roll. All right. Under the hood of an AI native company. While it's generating that script, it does it. It does it so bit by bit. Is the first one getting generated? Yes, generated the first one. So while it's doing that, I want to see us work live. While it's doing that, let me come back. Let me come back to this. And show our other agents right here. Now we're optimizing this. Actually, I want to vibe code, but I'm still having an issue with our API. I've got to get that fixed because we want our agents to start communicating within our platform so we can see the feed of what's actually happening and they're speaking amongst each other. Right? That would be extremely powerful. So let's go back and see. It's still generating. Sometimes it takes 5 to 10 minutes. So while it does that, let me run another agent. Let's go to, we've got an array of visibility is key, current, right? So we have an array of production and content skills. Actually, while that's running, let me just go back into the agent. I'm going to show you how we promote content. I'm going back into your channel planner. I'm going to open up the library again. I'm going to go to our promo, right? When we do a promo, right, let's go to a promo. This is if we got a video or this is what we do after we're doing a long form content. Now it generates it for us. We put the URL here and then it generates a description for YouTube. It does 5 additional reels. I analyze 60 AI agents. Most businesses are implementing them completely wrong. I analyze 60, yeah. Here's why, right? AI agents don't fix broken processes, they expose them. So literally, right, 6 additional reels it can give us for shorts, it gives us captions for TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc. It gives us DM prompts, right? If we're selling something, a booking sequence, it gives us that. It gives us an article for Medium, right? Article for Medium, right? Even helps generate the thumbnail. If I go here, it's going to generate the thumbnail for Medium. Medium is a big, massive platform. While that's generating, let me just go back and see. It's still generating. Our models are slow, right? It gives us a LinkedIn article as well. Whoops. It gives us a LinkedIn article, right? It gives us a X thread and 3 viral X tweets, Facebook post, right? A post for a website, a Substack article gives us, right? And then we get 40. We've got an API into UpClip to get 40 like piece along from that long form of content. We get 40 pieces of short piece of content, right? So a workflow board. I'm taking you under the hood of our business. So sometimes we generate here, if we're working with Claude or or Hermes, it generates a list of what needs to be done. Right? We have a task list. Sometimes things are correlated here. These are automatically done through Claude. Let me see. Click here. Claude, send this to Claude. Schedule a 90-day execution block for building or reading or planning. Let me analyze this, right? We was working with Claude. Also, we've got a feature also where we can work with Hermes. Hermes, another agent. Let's see. Claude research practices, best deep work. So now, right, then we can schedule it in the dashboard to go and do the tasks, right? How awesome is that? Let's take a look. AI tasks. So these are AI tasks which have been scheduled and running, right, by either Hermes or Claude, right, which is pretty awesome. So let me just schedule this. Right, this was some research was done. Right, this is the AI task board. Right, when we schedule an AI agent like Hermes or an AI agent like Claude, it goes and do this tasks and reports here. Still working on tasks, right? This is literally right. I liaise with my chief operating officer. I come in here. I can schedule tasks. What need to be done is a awesome day that we actually are living in. I see these scheduled tasks. Right. Let me just come out of here now. These tasks are first to do. Right. Let me just go here. Identify three potential first clients using existing scripts today. Analyze. So I'm just going to do this, right? This is so awesome, right? This is inside our AI native company. Why it's identifying that. So we've got clarify, order these, it gathers research. So let me go and see this inside our AI task dashboard, right? Where is it today? So paid acquisition, right? Lead generation, outreach for Instagram, content authority days, planning educational wheels per week, right? Paid acquisition ads, right? It's literally scheduling this, right? Then it will schedule an agent to go and do the work, right? So I love this AI task dashboard because we can just come in here and let an agent execute any one of these tasks, which are on. Sometimes we can be bombarded, but we do first stuff we have to schedule, right? Stuff we have to delete. So this is interesting and stuff which things to do, right? So this is why we create missions, right? In the missions, we sequence all this stuff. We sequence all this stuff. Literally, right? This is our missions dashboard under the hood of an AI native company. Let's go to mission control. I can type in here what mission I need to be done, or let me just go to. We can run routines, right? We can create routines. We can go to our run history, autopilot tasks, our missions, right? Let's just go. Let's go to create a new mission. We've got two processes, right? How we can create a mission. Actually, let me do content for paid ads. Actually, I need to do a VSL for a new offer that we've done. So here we just connect the agents what we want to work with, right? Here's the agent, right? We choose the agent that we want, some agent one, agent two, agent three, agent four. This is how we connect them in mission control. Then after mission control, our chief operator officer knows that process to be executed and can execute it at any given time. Right? So this is how we just connect them up together. And the mission could be four agents working together, passing one task to another task to another task. So it depends on what aspect, if it's sales, marketing, finance, operations, research, we can actually control the whole process. If we need to set a trigger, we can set a trigger to wait, to delay, to schedule for later, right? To send an email to notify us, right? It's pretty comprehensive. Right, to require approval. So sometimes we do tasks, that research tasks, right? We do the whole prep, we map it out, and we just put, all right, require approval. It comes back, we approve it, then the mission can continue throughout the whole workflow. So we're living in interesting times, right? And literally we can build this out. After a while, once you start liaising with agents, then you can know, all right, this is the flow that we want to do. So let me just go to, so if I want it to wait, if I want to give approval, this is how actually, I love building these processes out, because sometimes I can build this process out and let it run overnight or let it run over weekend. Right. So what process? So we got to understand, and this is where the operations come in, right? How our business operates, which we're optimizing this. We're going to be optimizing mission control. But let's go. Let me just save this. And I'm going to go to our chat, right? I want to create a content mission. We can talk to the agent, mission control. We can talk, right? And what I love it, if another agent can talk to mission control, the chief operating officer can liaise with mission control. All right, let's build a content mission. I need a few details right now. Do you have a YouTube transcript? Start with a plate transcript. So it's asking, what platform do you want to distribute it to? X. But remember, we've got the 48-hour agent. What, like I just showed you, it promotes it to several different platforms. What's the primary goal? To build authority, to ask awareness, to generate leads, to drive traffic, right? How do you want to run this? One-time manual or weekly reoccurring machine, right? So sometimes also what's so important for us to be, what I've been trying to do now is use the Facebook ad library. So literally every week, if we're running ads and we want to research the Facebook ad library to see the native advertisers, see what's running, we can actually create a mission control from here. And we're just in the process of literally optimizing our Facebook like ad library, where we can actually research it consistently and find what's winning and what's working, so then we can develop like awesome creative campaigns, right? So this is another thing on our things to do list. Actually, let me go back here. Let me add a goal. Let me type it. Develop. I'm supposed to improve on this. I'm supposed to improve upon this, right? We need an agent, because I'm gonna come back and do that, because we use the third platform, but third party platform, but we want to use our own. Right. Let me just quickly hop over here Oh, our agents, normally it's done like in 5 minutes. So listen, interesting. This is actually done. Why is that? Why did it do these ones? Right, that's interesting. I think that I must have made an error in the prompts, but here, literally, this agent's done sales intelligence dashboard. I like that. I like that B-roll. Right, and I'm actually going to optimize this to keep B-roll scenes, to keep B-roll scenes, because I like that B-roll scene. Right, let me just see this scene. This scene is isometric dive whilst I'm showing content processes. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I like this, bro. This is generating this clip. So that's interesting. We had a technical difference issue because I'm sure I would actually, sorry, I actually started at it was my error. I started from scene 5 and scene 6. I just remembered, and scene 7. So it's me. It was me. But now you can see it's generating a COO visualization, right? Orchestrating, right? Let's see that come up. So that's how we generate B-roll, right? Sometimes we get a markable B-roll. Sometimes we get things that we gotta like go back to the drawing board or just refresh, rescript it. But there you have it, right? And let me just see the script. I just want to see the script. I'm actually going to optimize this so we can go back and see the actual script because the script is here. Here's sections of the script, but that was the weekly B-roll agent. So yes, I'm going to see put an option here to see for the script so we can see the for the script in detail. Yes, and then we can build the script. But normally, there's one final part we're still optimizing, right? At the moment, we just download all this stuff, give it to our editor, and the editor just puts it together. But we want to complete the whole process. We want to complete the whole process. So we're working on our content engine. So while that's going, let me just show you another piece of our content engine. Sometimes we do we're web clients, we like to develop a workflow. So we're working on this flow for what's it, UGC content. So this isn't a work in development. We're still you want to we still want to I still have to optimize this. I put the script here. So we're still developing this out literally, but other one's complete. And our visual design studio, we are still this just needs to be optimized. I've got some changes. It can do carousels. It can pull stuff from Canva, but we had a Canva issue, so we just optimized in this for if those of you who when sometimes we develop carousels for our clients and still post. This is how we do it here, right? So this is a whole suite, right? I'm taking you under the hood. And just for our sales, when we're doing sales, we've got a whole suite of sales tools, right? For this is our auto dialer, right? For inbound, outbound, cold calling, right? So open cold calling dashboard. Let me just see our cold calling dashboard. It tells us our daily targets, right? We create a list, right? We gotta get the list from sometimes, as you might know, we can get the list from Google Maps, right? Google Maps, we scrape the data from Google Maps, we put it in here, right? Google Maps, and then basically we set up a cold call campaign, we set up our call scripts, and we set up the offer, and then the auto dialer just starts calling, right? Create cold calling dialer. We click here, we create the cold calling dialer, then we can start dialing, right? All in the dashboard. And when we come here, we get the stats. But let me just go back because it's still optimizing this. Let me go back to our auto dialer. Right, this is our sales. Right, this is what we develop for our clients, contractors, agencies. If we come back here, let me go to the sales dashboard. right? We can see what's actually happening in the sales dashboard. I'm waiting for it to load. Right, loads. I'm going to see all assistants. Sometimes we have a latency lack. Yeah, so this is a campaign which was running, right? And we can see the calls which are actually happening, right? Stuff which is warm, which is cold, calls are dropping into now. So there you have it, right? So I just want to show you and give you a glimpse of the future inside our AI native company. Let me just go back. So far, I think we generated 2,000 calls in that specific campaign. So this is what it's about, building an AI native company. I want to take you a look, give a look under the hood. The future is changing. If you have a business and you want to build a AI workforce, all right, just send us a message or you can join our waiting list. All right, the link is in our description. We can join our waiting list. Every time we have every a few days, we have an intake of what's actually so we can intake new clients onto the platform. So I just want to go to our questions. Sometimes we get questions. So let me see the questions that we have for today. Why are you building an AI native business instead of just using AI tools? People always say that. Tools like ChatGPT, Claude, right? You have so much limitations. Number one, you don't own the assets of your data. Number two, right? You look how we deploy them, right? The deployability changes the whole game. If you were starting from a company today, no AI exists, how would you build it? Instead of hiring people and adding AI later, I am designing the company just like I showed you from the ground up. This means every department has AI employees working alongside human beings and creating a business faster at scale with efficiency. What's the difference between an AI employee and a chatbot? An AI employee actually does the task from beginning to end. A chatbot waits for instructions, right? Examples of that: a chatbot can answer questions, AI agent can do the research, monitor competition every week, and AI sales can like follow up leads, call agents, inbound, outbound. A AI marketing manager can plan campaigns, can deliver campaigns. A AI chief operating officer can coordinate all agents together. There's a huge massive difference. Why are AI loops so important, right? Businesses don't operate in isolated tasks. It's so important to understand that everything is connected, and each new lead might trigger like company research, a company discovery, email creation, CRM updates, a following schedules, performance reporting. So an AI loop connects all those steps seamlessly into one workflow, so it keeps things efficiently moving without human interaction. So important to understand. What is the business playbook and why does every AI agent need it? Like we said in the platform, to work with AI agents, you have to have a playbook for your company, a playbook for your industry, and how your business operates. SOPs, like onboarding, you have to have that playbook so the agents are not working independently, working with the knowledge of how your business is actually operating. So imagine hiring a new employee, right, who knows nothing about your business. They'd ask you questions all day. That's why a business playbook is the business's memory, right, and stores everything about your product, your business, your product, your services, your brand voice, the standard SOPs, your sales process, your customer profiles, your pricing, your company goals, your company mission. Every AI agent needs to learn from that same knowledge base to ensure its consistency across the whole business. What makes mission control different from a normal dashboard? Like I told you, in mission control, you're going up, you're setting up missions. I love mission control. You're setting up missions, like I said, right? You're creating routines, you're creating a history, right? You're setting up autopilot, you can set up things to run throughout the whole week, one off, or you can plan stuff. Mission control, right? You've got options of what you need to do in mission control. It's so important. And it gives you AI workforce active missions, right? and you're going to know your active KPIs for your business, priority tasks, alerts, right? The complete workflow, everything else. How do you stop AI agents from making mistakes? Right? We audit our agents all the time, right? And agents, if we're not too sure of a new agent, it's still in a learning loop, but we always check it. We always have a learning loop. Like I told you, if we run the mission, in the mission, we can wait for it to get approval and we can approve it, like I showed you. And that's how we stop the agent from making mistakes. How do you Could a small business really benefit from an AI workforce? Absolutely. One of the biggest opportunities. Imagine you have 5 people within a company. You have an AI reception research marketing assistant, an AI content creator, a sales assistant, an AI finance assistant, an AI operating manager. Suddenly, you have a small business that can operate at a much larger scale without drastically increasing the headcount. Right. So that's so important. What does success look like for a platform like this 5 years from now? That's a great question. Success isn't about having a lot of AI agents. It's not, right? It's about productivity. It's about having KPIs, measuring your KPIs. Success is about creating where businesses can deploy their efficiency most, right? And have the maximum leverage. And that's what AI agents are doing today, right? And this platform gives everybody the advantage to do that in the business. What is the biggest mindset shift for business owners in order to have agents or digital workforces? Well, it's to understand, right, they're orchestrators. Stop thinking of AI as a tool, start thinking of an AI workforce. Instead of asking questions, what can AI do? Can it write email? Ask, what employee should I own or build a process or workflow from begin to end? How can each of my departments, sales, marketing, finance, right, benefit from an AI workforce which I can start deploying? Then how can I design an AI workforce of agents to be deployed in my business for maximum efficiency? Right, things are about to get exciting. So this was a look inside my AI native business, how we develop AI, how we work with AI agents in our business, and how we deploy them into local businesses and enterprise businesses and have them working at our mercy with maximum leverage. So if you enjoyed this stream, I'd like to say thank you, and definitely I'll see you on the next one.